after creating the beams, rivets, we can start doing the slab. Now, in order to do the slab, we're going to go for the top of the first floor. Now, to remind you from the elevation, when we say top of the first floor, it means that this level will be the top of the slab. Our slab will come down in a way to be like this. Now, we'll go to top of the first floor. Now we have the beams, and we'll try to place the slabs that we have. Now I'm going to explain two ways to place a slab. First, we'll click on the floor structural, since we're going to place a structural. When it comes to floor, we have different type of slab systems. A beam slab, flat slab without beams, flat plate, and we have some column capitals. Within the lecture, the additional resources that I've posted on Moodle, you can find the type of slab: one-way rivet slab, two-way rivet slab, which you call them waffle slab. We have different. So I will create short videos for each of them in order to be able to know how to model them in Revit. The one that we have it here, it's beam slab. So we already did the beams. We're going to place a slab. Since we place the beam, when we place the beam, we place them in a manner like this, so the slab will come in this way. This will be the slab. So we already did the beams. We have to place the slab between the beams. So we'll fill the gaps between them, and Revit will join them together. Now, when we click on the floor structural, again you will have the properties, but this time you have a bit different modifying tools here. You have two, which is you cancel or edit. Basically you accept the editing, cancel the editing. So escape here does not work. For example, you click on the floor, you want to press escape does not work here. You're still in the mode, you have to close it by those two buttons. So this is one thing that when you come to some of the elements in Revit, when you try to model them, they have this kind of modifying that you have to accept the editing. Why? Because it needs drawing. It's not just an element, you will draw the element. No, you have to draw something, then that drawing will be converted to slab. This is how it's working, the way that we showed in the modeling place. Now, first thing, you have to select the type of the floor that you have it. Now, I'm not going to go into detail of the layers. You already know from the wall that you can add multi-layers that if you wanted. Here, the idea is to draw the layering, the materials. You can do it anytime. Now, if you don't see those in millimeter, most probably it's due to the template that you have it. Here, you cannot load family that is already available within the template. So we're gonna choose one of them. Let's say slab, if you have it. Let's say if you don't have the things there, you might hide this one, Instu concrete. It's okay. We'll click on that one. We'll go to edit type. Now you will duplicate this one. Let's say I have different type of slab. Let's say slab 1, I have 120 millimeter, which is 12 centimeter. Let's say I have a slab 12 centimeter. We have different type of slab we have. Now we're going to go to edit here. In the structure, for example, I'm going to delete those things, just leave it to be just one structure. There are others that you can add it. For example, we have here, we'll make it 12 centimeter. Now the material here, this is the material that you want. You can leave it, or we can change the material. We already know how to change material. So press OK. Here you will see the material, some other properties, sure, because we said Revit not just for structural. We'll see some other properties. Now if I press OK, we'll see we have it there. We have the slab there. So you can, this is for example if you have metal deck with concrete. For example, in our building ST, sometimes we have a metal deck with inside there's concrete. So it's available here. For example, you'll just go inside here and it will change the properties. Let's say I'm going to choose the 12 centimeter slab. Now the slab is activated here. We are already in the top of the first floor where we want to draw the slab. So how we draw slab? We have tools here that we can select boundaries in order to draw. There is easy ways. For example, this is peak walls, which basically here, or peak support. We can use this idea. I'm going to show different methods. One is rectangle. This is some people, they say this is easier. We click on the rectangle. Let's say I have a slab between those beams. Just going to click on that corner. You will go and click on the other corner, and you have the slab here. Now, if you press finish with this tick, which is you're accepting the change, this will be converted to slab. However, you still can draw. Let's say you can draw all the 12 centimeter slabs together, then press this button. Let's say I have one here. Let's say we have it some places. Let's say we have here 12, we have here 12, we have here 12. Let's say we have 3 12s here. Let's say even here we have 12. So we can draw all of them together and then press this button. It will put them together. Now why it is important to do all of them together? Or sometimes it's recommended to do them alone. I need you to understand this one. If you draw all of them together, they will be linked together. So if you want to edit them, you will double click on any of them, you'll come back to editing. All of them will be activated for editing. If you want to change property of one of them, all of them will change together. This is how we relate them together. If all of them are the same, if I change something, all of them will be changed. Sometimes it's important to behave like this. But other times, it's important each of them to behave separately. So it totally depends on the project. Well, for today I'm going to draw all of them together. Not going to go one by one. So this is, I drew it by rectangle. Well, let's draw here by using supports. Now supports, basically you're going to click on the beams that you have it. It's going to connect them together. That's it. This way we'll put the slab in here. It's basically we'll try to connect them to center, but it doesn't matter because since they are the same material, they will be joined together. This is another way to do peak support. If you have irregular shapes, you can use line, curve, polygon, circle, any other things that you know how to use. So the third method I'm going to show to you, it's line. Let's say I'm going to draw with line. Still possible. For example, starting with this corner. For the line, you have to be careful that there is 2 properties when using line. They're not supposed to be any overlapping. What does overlapping means? It means that if I have this one, yes, look, I came back here, it would directly close it. If I draw another line over here, like I'm trying to draw, if I draw another line over this line, Revit will give me a warning. It will tell me that there is an overlapped. So it will tell you that there is something wrong there. This is one of the mistakes when you're using line. There will be overlapping. The other way is what? You have extra somewhere or no closing. If it does not close, also it's a problem. So it has to be a closed loop, no overlapping. So there's something here, yes, there is a line here. If I delete it, you see another line here. Now the warning will disappear. This is the other way to draw slab. So you have three ways that you can use: rectangle, which is easy if the places are rectangle. For the peak support also, if you have the beams around it, you can use peak support. But if you don't have beam, I mean, you cannot use peak support unless you have the walls. You can choose it between the walls. Well, the other one, which is line. Now, line will be used for what? If you have irregular shape. Now, within the project that we have it, there is a staircase here. There is this part of the building is staircase. Something we have it like this. We have staircase here. So over the staircase, it's empty. I mean, this red area, it's empty. So the slab I have it, it's irregular. I mean, irregular is what? It's starting in this way. Sure, it's around those. For example, it will come here, then like this, then here, then here. In order to draw this one, I have to use line. As it's the only way to do it, it's with line. I mean, even I cannot peak support. Peak support will go what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It will be in between them. Sure, I can do that one. They will teach you two methods. There is another way I can teach you. I can draw all of it as well. For example, still have to use the line. Then I will teach you another method to create opening. For example, I can draw all of it. Then we will create this opening. We call this one opening. We will teach you how to create opening in the slab as well. Now you can get the dimension of these things from the plans, because you have to know. Now let me just show it to you. If you want to draw with line, you have access for the dimension. Let's say I'm starting with line. Start with this corner here. Let's say at this point, I'll go inside. Doesn't matter. Go like this. You will see the difference now. For example, look at here. I did a mistake, so I can just simply continue till here, then come down. Only way that you will draw with line, make sure there is no overlapping, and it will be closed by the end. Let's say this is coming up to here. Now, if you want to go with the distance, look, so far I'm just clicking on the corners. It's very easy to grow with the distance. You just simply make it horizontal. Let's say, let's say the dimension will be 110. You'll just type 110 since it's centimeter. It will draw it like this for you. Let's say I'll go up. Say we have it here 90 centimeter. Goes like this, and when reached to an intersections, it will give you points. Now when you come back to the first point, automatically the drawing will be inactivated. Now all of this will be what? If I draw it like this, if I press this, all of them will be 12 centimeter. And if I press finish, so we have a problem here. It says that line must be closed to. This tells us that there is somewhere that it's not closed, and it will highlight it to us. This is which one I used it when we did the supports. I didn't check the lines. So if you go closer, we will see it here. We'll see here the lines are not closed. Yes. Now let me teach you one of the commands that we're using in Revit to close lines easily. Within the modifying toolbar, this trim and extend it to corner. You already know trim and extend in AutoCAD, but in Revit it's lovely. You just click on this one, click on trim and this icon here. Then you click on the line here, you click on this line, it will just connect them back together. If they're extra, it will cut it for you. This can be used even for the elements. This can be used even for the element. So now, if I close everything, I shall not get any warning. So the two warning that you will get it here, overlap or closed loop. So I press OK. I will convert all of this to slab. So they are connected. They are connected to each other. Now in order to check, what is the check here? The top of this slab is supposed to be with the top of the level that I have it. This is very important to check here, because this level, which we had it here, top of the first floor, we said that our slab is supposed to be below. So if I select like this, you'll see there's something at the bottom. You see something at the bottom, yes? Now if I press Shift, I can just deselect the beam. Deselect the beam. So you realize that there is something behind, which is the floor. It comes on a correct way, which is the top of it. It's the top of this level. Now that's why in the beginning I told you that we recommend to place the level, which level? Top of the first floor. We could place different levels, but this is very important for us, because in Revit it will make it very easy to place the slab, because the slab will be placed downward from where? From the active. Remember, we were in the top of the first floor, that's why the slab placed here and downward. Now I can go to 3D. No, it's already in the 3D. No, we'll go to 3D. Sorry. Go to 3D here. You can see those are the slabs we have there. Now look at here. This is the gap. This is the gap where we have the staircase comes here. It's already will be joined because they are the same material. So they will be joined together. If I try to go over one of the edge, all of those will be selected together. Why? Because we drew them together. So they will be selected together. Now if I activate dimension here, we'll go back to the drawings and we can edit them. If there's something you want to change it, they are together, so it doesn't matter. Let's say I'm going to go back to top of the first floor. I want to activate this slab. By the way, how to select the slab? You have to go over the edge. Over the edge. For example, here, if I want to activate this slab, I cannot just click like this. It will not activate. Now, sometimes it's hard to activate slab. If you go to this edge, this is the beam, yes? Now, how do I select it? I have a case here that I click on here. The rest of them will be selected. But if you don't have this one, if you don't have this extra, how do you select a slab here? The easy way to select is using the two selection mode in AutoCAD, the same way we have it here, on the dash and the window. So use the dash one, which will select the beam and the slab. The beam also selected here. Then you can press on the shift button and there will be a minus sign. You can just click on the edge of the beam will be deselected. So the only thing that active here is the floor. You can see it here, the floor. So when you click on the edit boundary, it will take you back to where? To the place that if you want to change something, if you want to delete something, then you press OK. Now in the drawing that we have it, this part here, it's not 12 centimeter. So I have to delete these lines because they are not. The slab here, it's 15 centimeter. That's why I cannot draw them together. Like I told you that, since it's all of them will be 12 centimeter, so we can only draw the 12 centimeter slabs. The other one here is 12 centimeter. I can just draw it here. Then for the other 15s, you can draw them separately. Let's say we have an open end. This one, there is a line here. To draw this. Now this extra again, how do we solve this extra? Let's say again I want to press some escapes. I'll activate this command. It's easily selecting two of them. I'll just connect them back together. And let's say I press to see if there is any problem. Line must be closed loop. Which I cannot see them. Okay, we have something here. Yes, small line, which here I have to just delete this small line here. Yes. The two warning that you'll get it, it will tell you that if there is something wrong within the slab sketching. So this is how we will draw floor. Now let me tell you something. We can look at this slab at the bottom. This is something here. If you see, we have structural plan, floor plans, ceiling plan. Now for us as structural engineer, we work on the structural plans. But since Revit is multidiscipline, we have also floor plan, which is for architectural, and we have ceiling plan. Now ceiling, you are looking at the ceiling. Now sometimes you cannot see those things here. Let me just delete them. I'm just going to show it to you. Sometimes even here you will not see your structural plan. So how do I bring those if you don't have them? This is, we're going to go to view. In the view we have plan views. Then you have floor plan. We have structural plan. Others, area plan, ceiling. Now let's say I'm going to go for ceiling. Open ceiling. I will have three of them. Three plan I have it. Press OK. It will bring them here for me. Ceiling. Now, ceiling plan. If I go to top of the foundation, where do I see? This is something tricky. Where you're on the top of the foundation, imagine ceiling, it's kind of, let's just go somewhere that we can see. All of them are close by around. Now ceiling, it's kind of reverse. Imagine yourself, you are at this point here, the top of the foundation. Where do you see? You will see the top. So that's why if I want to see this system here, I will go to top of the foundation, ceiling here, to see what? To see this flooring at the bottom. This is reversible. If I want to see this one from the bottom, top of the second floor, I have to go on the top of the first floor, because if I come here, and where's the ceiling, I will see it, I will see the top one. This is sometimes important to see the bottom of the slab, to see if the things are the same way that we want. So you can activate, so if I go to top of the foundation, I can see the bottom. This is the bottom of the slab I have it. You might not see the difference, but when you have a ribbed slab, waffle slab, you will see this difference, or you can see if there's any problem with the beams, the locations, things that you have in there. This is a way to bring them. So if you don't see even structural plans, you can bring it here, come here and just click on the structural plan. If there will be something here, you can just click on them, select them, press OK, they will appear in the list of the structural plan. For this video, it's enough. For the next video, we'll have slab as well, but this time we will draw slab and we will create an opening inside the slab for case of elevation. For example, we may have elevator or staircases. Thanks for watching.